Officer, is there a reason my son is being detained?
Your son?
Yes, I'm Director Carter, FBI. He lives here.
Understood, sir.
A single dashcam camera would record everything, a routine stop that turned into a national conversation about judgment, power, and respect. Officer Daniels had been on the force for 12 years. He prided himself on knowing trouble when he saw it. His reputation was built on instinct, quick action, and a confidence that sometimes looked more like arrogance. He told himself he was just doing his job, keeping the streets safe. Before we dive in, tell us, where are you watching from? Drop your country or state in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next is absolutely unbelievable, and you won't want to miss stories like this. Let's continue. When he spotted a black sedan rolling slowly through a quiet residential area, he watched it longer than necessary. The car wasn't speeding, the plates were clean, but inside sat a young man, maybe 17, wearing a hoodie and earbuds, tapping the steering wheel to the beat of a song. Daniels narrowed his eyes. "Looks out of place," he muttered. He flicked on his lights. The red and blue glow splashed across the street. The sedan hesitated, then pulled over calmly. The dashcam captured the moment perfectly. Sunlight filtering through trees, the boy's car idling at the curb, and Daniels stepping out, adjusting his belt, his hand hovering near his holster out of habit. "Afternoon," Daniels said, leaning toward the window. "License and registration." The boy looked up, startled but polite. "Sure, officer." His tone was calm, a little nervous. He handed over his papers, keeping both hands visible. Daniels glanced at the license. Malik Carter. No record popped up on the quick check. The car wasn't stolen. The plates were clean, but Daniels kept pressing. "What are you doing around here, Malik?" "I'm heading home, sir." "This your neighborhood?" "Yes, sir, right up that street." Daniels looked past him at the quiet line of houses. They were large, manicured, far from the areas he usually patrolled. He frowned, suspicion forming where facts should have been. "You sure about that? Whose car is this?" "My dad's." "Your dad's, huh? What does he do?" Malik hesitated, uncomfortable. "He works for the government." Daniels smirked. "Uh-huh. Government? You mean like what? Mailman?" Malik shook his head slightly, but said nothing. The camera caught everything. Daniel's skeptical tone, the teen's restraint, the subtle shake in his hands as he tried not to react. A few moments later, Daniels asked him to step out of the car. Malik obeyed without protest, standing on the curb as the officer patted him down. Neighbors watched from behind curtains. "You got anything illegal in the car?" "No, sir." "You mind if I take a look?" Malik took a deep breath. "I'd rather you didn't, sir. There's no reason." Daniel's tone hardened. When someone refuses, it makes me think they've got something to hide. Malik tried to stay calm. "I haven't done anything wrong." The tension in that sentence hung in the air like static. The camera caught every second. The officer's doubtful stare, the teen's quiet dignity. A second patrol car pulled up. Back up. Another officer stepped out, sensing the awkwardness but saying nothing. Daniels began searching the car anyway, flipping through the glove box, checking the trunk, finding nothing but sports equipment and school books. He looked irritated. Malik finally spoke up. "Am I free to go, sir?" "Not yet," he muttered, pulling out his radio. "Running another check." A minute later, a sleek black SUV rolled slowly around the corner. It stopped behind the patrol car. Two men in suits stepped out, calm, composed, and carrying an air of quiet authority. One of them, tall with silver hair and a badge clipped to his belt, walked straight towards the scene. The BodyCam footage captured his face clearly. "Officer Daniels," he said, voice deep and measured. Is there a problem here? Daniels blinked, confused. And you are? The man opened his jacket slightly, revealing the gold credentials of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Special Agent in Charge Carter. That's my son. The silence that followed was almost cinematic. Even the backup officer froze. Malik exhaled softly, relief mixing with frustration. Daniel's face went pale. The realization hit him all at once. The kid he'd been treating like a suspect was the son of one of the highest-ranking FBI officials in the region. Agent Carter stepped forward, his tone firm but controlled. "Officer, I'd like an explanation for why my son is standing outside his own car, in his own neighborhood, being searched without cause." Daniel stammered. "Sir, I thought—" "You thought what?" Carter interrupted, his voice steady but cutting. "That he didn't belong here?" The dashcam picked up every word. Daniels tried to find a way out. There was suspicious behavior. Carter's eyes hardened. Suspicious? Sitting in his car listening to music? The backup officer looked down, uncomfortable. Carter turned to his son. "Malik, are you okay?" "Yes, Dad." "Get back in the car." Malik obeyed. Then Carter faced Daniels again. "You know, officer, I've spent 25 years in law enforcement. I've trained men on how to read a situation, how to build trust, how to see people instead of assumptions. What you just did, this isn't policing. This is profiling." Daniels didn't respond. His throat tightened. "And the worst part," Carter continued, "is that it's on camera. The dash cam, your body cam, every word recorded. You didn't just misjudge a kid, you misjudged a fellow citizen." Daniels swallowed hard. "Sir, I didn't mean intent doesn't erase impact." Those words hit like a hammer. Within hours, the footage circulated through the department. Supervisors reviewed it. Reporters caught wind. The story became a symbol, not of malice, but of the quiet biases that could ruin lives. Daniels wasn't fired immediately, but he was suspended pending investigation. The department announced a new round of bias awareness training. The video leaked online anyway, sparking debates about accountability and respect. Malik, meanwhile, tried to go back to normal life, but his name was out there now, his calm demeanor in the video making him a reluctant hero. He'd handled humiliation with grace, and people saw it. Weeks later, Daniels requested a meeting with Agent Carter, not as a cop, but as a man. In a small conference room, he spoke quietly. "Sir, I wanted to apologize. I didn't realize how I came across until I saw the footage." Carter studied him for a long moment. "What did you see?" "I saw someone who let bias lead instead of facts." "That's a start," Carter said. "The real work is making sure you never do it again." Daniels nodded. "I won't." Carter extended a hand, not as forgiveness, but as a challenge. "Then prove it. Every day you wear that badge." They shook hands. No music swelled, no reporters watched, but it was a real moment of accountability. Months later, Daniels transferred to community outreach. He started mentoring cadets on awareness, empathy, and restraint. He talked openly about what happened, not as shame, but as a warning. Malik graduated high school that spring. His father stood proud, knowing his son had taught a lesson the whole department wouldn't forget. The final seconds of the viral video, the ones that made millions stop scrolling, showed Daniel standing beside his patrol car, watching the black SUV drive away. His hand dropped from his belt, his face showed regret, understanding, and maybe the beginning of change. The caption someone added later said it all. Judging a book by its cover cost him his pride, but gave him his humanity. If this story moved you, share it. Because awareness starts with stories like this, when one moment caught on camera forces an entire system to look in the mirror.